Have you ever felt such a deep connection with someone that it seemed to transcend distance and time? In a world where spirituality and science often intertwine, many believe that emotional connections can manifest in unexpected and inexplicable ways. These subtle signs, often overlooked, may be the key to understanding when someone is thinking intensely about you. Imagine, for a moment, the possibility that the universe is conspiring to reveal these hidden messages, sending you signals that go beyond what the eyes can see and the ears can hear. It's as if the invisible energies surrounding us are trying to tell a story of longing, a story of souls that recognize and seek each other, even from afar. Welcome to the Rational Spirituality Channel, a space dedicated to exploring and sharing knowledge that leads us to an extraordinary life experience. To fill your days with more knowledge like this, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. If you've ever wondered why certain thoughts and feelings appear out of nowhere, or if you've experienced a strong intuition that someone misses you, this video might offer the answers you're looking for. Perhaps it's the whisper of an old memory or a sense of presence that can't be explained by logic. These experiences, according to the teachings of Dolores Cannon, are not mere coincidences but indications that something greater is at play, something that connects hearts and minds on a level that transcends the physical. In this video, we'll explore 9 spiritual signs that, according to the teachings of Dolores Cannon, may indicate that someone misses you intensely. We'll understand how these manifestations go beyond the physical, connecting souls on a deeper and more spiritual level. Get ready to discover what the universe might be trying to tell you about this special connection. As we delve into these signs, you may begin to realize that these small clues could be the link that unites two souls, creating an invisible bridge between two hearts that beat in sync, even if separated by distance. Dreams, often considered merely a reflection of our subconscious mind, can actually be much more than that. When you vividly dream of someone specific, especially if these dreams repeat or are accompanied by intense emotions, it may be a spiritual sign that this person is thinking of you. According to Dolores Cannon, dreams can serve as a bridge between souls, a space where the spiritual connection is stronger, free from the limitations of the physical world. In these moments, it's as if the barriers of time and space dissolve, allowing souls to meet and communicate on a deeper level. These dreams can be incredibly real, leaving you with a lasting sense of presence or even with messages that seem relevant to your waking life. They may not just be random fragments of memory or desire, but rather manifestations of a spiritual connection that persists, regardless of the distance or the current situation between you. If you wake up feeling that the dream was more than just a simple reverie, pay attention. It could be that the universe is showing you that the longing of the other person is so strong that it is reaching you through the veil of dreams. How many times have you found yourself thinking about someone unexpectedly, without any apparent reason? These recurring thoughts, which arise without warning, may be much more than simple memories. When a person comes to your mind repeatedly, especially when you are focused on other tasks, it could be a spiritual sign that they are thinking intensely about you. Dolores Cannon suggests that, in many cases, these thoughts are the result of an energetic connection between souls, where one person's longing manifests as a mental presence in the other. These moments may seem random, but they might be the universe's way of drawing your attention to the strength of the bond that exists between you. Think of it as a form of intuitive telepathy, where one person's emotional vibrations travel through time and space to reach you. Don't ignore these thoughts. They may be important clues that there is an active spiritual connection trying to break through the barriers of silence and distance, bringing to light feelings that you may not have even realized were there, latent, waiting to be recognized. Have you ever experienced a series of coincidences that seem almost impossible to ignore? Perhaps you see someone's name repeatedly in different contexts, or you encounter objects and symbols that remind you of this person in strangely specific ways. These synchronicities, as described by Dolores Cannon, may be more than mere coincidences. They could be spiritual signs that someone is thinking of you. When these coincidences accumulate, it's as if the universe is aligning the stars to communicate something important, something that goes beyond chance. These synchronicities can appear in various forms. A song that plays at just the right moment, an unexpected encounter, or even the repetition of numbers that you associate with that person. Each of these events carries an implicit message, a reminder that the bond between you is still strong, even if invisible to the eyes. These manifestations are the universe's way of making you stop and reflect on this connection. When they happen, don't dismiss them as mere accidents. Instead, consider them as subtle touches of destiny, trying to show you that this person is present in your life in ways you may not yet fully understand. There are moments when you can almost palpably feel that someone is by your side, even if that person is physically distant. This sense of presence, which can arise without warning, is often described as one of the most powerful manifestations of a spiritual connection. Dolores Cannon believed that these sensations are not the product of imagination, but rather the subtle perception of an energetic connection. When someone thinks of you intensely, that energy can manifest as a presence around you, as if the other person's soul is reaching out to you, breaking through the barriers of space and time. This presence can be felt in various ways: a sudden change in room temperature, a slight pressure on your shoulders, or even the familiar scent of someone you know. These signs are subtle but deeply impactful, leaving a lasting impression. It's as if, for a brief moment, that person is really beside you, sending you a signal that, regardless of distance, they are still connected to you. Paying attention to these moments can reveal a lot about the energies circulating between you and those who are important in your life. Have you ever felt fine and suddenly, without any apparent reason, been overwhelmed by a wave of sadness, longing, or nostalgia? Sudden mood changes, especially those that seem to come out of nowhere, can be signs that someone is thinking about you intensely. Dolores Cannon taught that our emotions are deeply connected to the energetic field around us, and that we can pick up on the emotional vibrations of others, especially when there is a strong spiritual connection between them. These mood changes may seem strange at first, but they are actually a reflection of the energy being directed at you. When someone misses you, these emotions can travel through the energetic space and manifest in you as a kind of emotional echo. If you notice that your emotions change abruptly and without explanation, it might be time to ask yourself if this energy is coming from someone else who is thinking of you, missing you so deeply that their emotional state ends up influencing yours. Have you ever noticed that certain people appear repeatedly in your life in seemingly casual ways, but that start to seem more than just coincidence? When you encounter unexpected meetings or start receiving messages from someone frequently, it can be a spiritual sign that this person is thinking a lot about you. Dolores Cannon suggested that these interactions are not mere accidents, but rather the result of an energetic attraction, where souls meet guided by forces beyond rational understanding. These contacts can occur in various ways: an unexpected phone call, an out-of-the-blue text message, or even running into the person in places you frequent without planning it. These moments of synchronicity are like small reminders from the universe that something deeper is happening. They are not just isolated events, but rather parts of a larger pattern where spiritual connections manifest tangibly. When these encounters begin to repeat, it can be a clear sign that the universe is trying to bring you together, or at least remind you of the importance of that person in your life. Have you ever had that inexplicable feeling that someone is trying to communicate with you, even from a distance? Maybe a silent message, as if unspoken words are being transmitted directly to your mind or heart. According to the teachings of Dolores Cannon, these sensations may be more than just impressions. They may indicate a real attempt at spiritual communication. When someone thinks of you intensely, that person may be trying to connect on a deep level, sending thoughts or emotions that, somehow, reach you. These communication attempts can manifest in various ways, from a persistent thought you can't ignore, to a sudden clarity about something related to that person. It's as if, for a brief moment, the barriers between minds dissolve, allowing for a direct exchange of energy. These experiences may be subtle, but when they occur, they leave an unmistakable mark, making you wonder if there's more than meets the eye. Paying attention to these signs may reveal a communication that goes beyond words, showing that someone is indeed trying to reach out to you. Suddenly, without warning, you find yourself immersed in a memory so vivid that it feels like you're reliving the moment again. These detailed recollections, which seemingly come out of nowhere, may be more than just simple nostalgia. According to Dolores Cannon, these memories can be triggered by a strong spiritual connection, especially when someone is thinking about you intensely. When one soul misses another, these memories may emerge as a way of keeping the connection alive, bringing to light specific details and emotions that you thought were dormant. These recollections may include moments you had forgotten, scents that evoke deep feelings, or even entire dialogues that return to your mind with surprising clarity. They are like echoes of a past time, reverberating through space and time, as if the person is, in some way, present with you at that moment. When these memories surface so vividly, it may be a sign that this person is tuned into you, reliving the same moments and keeping the connection alive in their own thoughts. At unexpected moments, you might feel a chill running down your spine or a sudden shiver, even without any apparent reason. These physical signs, according to Dolores Cannon, can be manifestations of a deep spiritual connection. When someone thinks about you intensely, that energy can manifest physically, as if your body is responding to the invisible presence of another soul. These chills and shivers are like subtle touches from the universe, a reminder that emotions and thoughts can have an impact that goes beyond the mental and emotional, affecting even the physical. These sensations can arise in moments of calm, or when you are completely absorbed in another activity, but the intensity with which they arise can make you stop and take notice. It's as if, for a moment, the invisible world becomes tangible, revealing that something more is happening. These physical signs can be a form of communication between souls, a reminder that the connection between you is real and present, even when you are apart. When these sensations occur, don't ignore them. They can be a powerful indication that someone is thinking about you intensely and deeply. How many times have you been surprised to hear a song or read something that seemed to speak directly to what you're living or feeling in relation to someone? These moments, when a song's lyrics or a passage from a book resonates deeply, may be more than just coincidences. According to Dolores Cannon, when someone thinks about you intensely, that energy can manifest through subtle messages in music, texts, or even in conversations you overhear by chance. It's as if the universe is using these forms of communication to bring to light feelings and thoughts that need to be acknowledged. These messages often appear unexpectedly, often when you are distracted or not actively thinking about the person. However, the precision with which these words seem to align with your situation can be surprising, almost as if they were the answers or confirmations you were seeking. When this happens, don't ignore the feeling that there is something more behind these coincidences. They may be a form of indirect communication, a reminder that, even from a distance, the connection between you continues to manifest in surprising and meaningful ways. Have you ever felt inexplicably drawn to a place or object that brings back memories of someone? This sudden attraction, which seems to pull you to revisit places or recall objects associated with a specific person, may be a sign that this person is thinking about you. According to Dolores Cannon, these experiences are manifestations of a spiritual connection that transcends the physical, where someone's energy infiltrates your environment, pulling you toward what symbolizes the presence or shared memories with that person. This attraction can arise subtly or intensely, leading you to revisit a place where you shared good times together or to hold an object that symbolizes your relationship. These moments may stir strong emotions and bring up memories you thought you had left behind. However, they can also be signs that the connection between you is still strong, and that the universe is somehow guiding you to relive these moments and reflect on their significance in your current life. Paying attention to these attractions can help you better understand the nature of your connection with this person and what they represent to you. Sometimes, a sudden and intense concern for someone's well-being can arise without any apparent reason. This feeling, which may manifest as a premonition or unease, could be a spiritual sign that this person is thinking about you. Dolores Cannon taught that a person's energy, when charged with emotion, can travel great distances and be perceived by those with whom they have a deep connection. When you feel this concern, especially if it comes out of nowhere, it may be an indication that this person is going through something and, in some way, is seeking your presence or support, even if unconsciously. This concern can be hard to ignore, especially when it seems to arise in moments of tranquility, interrupting your day with a sense of urgency. It's as if the spiritual bond between you is transmitting an alert, a call for you to connect, offer support, or simply keep this person in your thoughts. Don't dismiss this feeling as something irrational. It may be an important sign that the other person needs you, or that you are more connected than you realize. These moments of concern are proof that, even when apart, the emotions and energy between you continue to flow and influence each other. These 9 spiritual signs are more than mere coincidences or random events. They represent the manifestations of deep connections that transcend the physical, indicating that souls are intertwined in ways that science is only beginning to explore. When you pay attention to these signs, you open yourself to a new dimension of understanding how energies and emotions can communicate in subtle yet powerful ways. These signs are reminders that human relationships are not limited to what we can see and touch. They extend to the spiritual realm, where intentions and feelings intertwine, creating invisible but intensely real bonds. Reflect on the times when you've experienced these signs and consider what the universe might be trying to communicate to you. Perhaps you've already felt someone's presence, received a message in a song, or felt a sudden concern for a loved one. These are moments that deserve attention and introspection, as they may offer insights into the spiritual connections that influence your life. By recognizing and valuing these signs, you can develop a deeper understanding of yourself and others, allowing relationships to strengthen on levels beyond the material world. Don't ignore the signs you receive. Be open to the messages the universe may be sending, and don't be afraid to explore their meaning. After all, spiritual connections are real, and recognizing these signs can bring new meaning to the relationships in your life. When you start paying attention to these signs, you discover that the world is much vaster and more mysterious than you imagined, and that the connections we cultivate are capable of crossing the boundaries of time and space, linking souls in ways we are still learning to understand. If these words resonated with you, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content about spirituality and spiritual growth. Thank you for joining me on this journey of spiritual awakening. Let's create a community of mutual support, where we can inspire each other to live with more inner freedom and authenticity every step of the way. Leave a comment sharing your reflections and experiences with the spiritual signs that may indicate someone is missing you intensely. Have you ever experienced any of the spiritual signs mentioned and felt that someone was thinking about you? Your story could be the light that guides others on their own journeys of awakening. Enjoy the channel's content and want to contribute to the strengthening of this space of light? See how in the first comment below the video. May the light guide your path, always.